Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from the Dirt and Asphalt podcast. It is that time of the night. Once again, we are joined by a very special guest tonight at
Alex
7.
Wanders.
No, the dude, Danny Lasoski.
How's it
Alex,
going?
how excited are you right now?
Oh, I'm pretty pumped up, man. This is going to be a good interview. We got a lot of in-depth questions that we want to ask Danny, so I'm just pumped up to be back on the Dirt and Asphalt podcast for another episode with my good buddy Safe, who, as you all know, celebrated his 23rd birthday yesterday. So if you haven't already, go ahead and wish Safe a late belated happy birthday. We had a good time yesterday in Des Moines, but we're ready to get after it, Safe.
Yeah, we are.
We're ready to talk racing because we had a huge week in motorsports this past week.
I was so excited, I accidentally made a typo. Shocker, right?
Imagine that.
I know. It's
Safe
shocking.
screwed something up.
Okay, so let's talk about real quick right now the guest that we're going to have on tonight. This is a huge honor.
It's the guy on the cover of that book
yes,
right
it
there.
is. Danny Lasoski. He does have a book out for you, those of you that don't know.
See, I didn't know that.
Driving a Dream. I read this.
America.
First off, I want to thank my friend Guy Allman. He gave this to me as a birthday gift, along with the incredible T-shirt that we have hanging up. That's an awesome T-shirt. It's also signed. So thank you to my friend Guy. What
a nice birthday gift, man.
Yeah, that's
That is
awesome gift. This book's incredible, by the way. If you ever get a chance to read it, I highly recommend it. Just awesome hearing about Danny's life, going from a small town boy in Dover, Missouri, of a home of
Sprint car star,
116 people, to
Incredible.
going to a 4-time Knoxville national champion. Most winningest driver at Knoxville. He had 100.
You struggling there?
112 wins. Yeah, I am. Just ignore me over here.
You can't. You're right in the middle of the screen.
112 wins. He was the 11-time Knoxville national champion.
Track champion.
Man,
Fake news.
Fake news.
Fake news.
11-time track champion. 38 wins at Houston Speedway, and he was the 3-time track champ there.
He's also the 2001 World of Outlaw champion.
Yeah, he had 122 outlaw wins.
He's had a stellar career.
And in 2011, he was inducted into the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame. So, I mean, right there, this guy's stats are just ridiculous.
They speak.
Again,
his statistics speak for themselves.
They do. Again, small town guy from 116 to being one of the greatest racers.
One of the greatest sprint car drivers of all time.
Yeah.
He definitely. He's been inducted in the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame, correct, Safe?
Yeah, he's in the National Hall of Fame. And that's a big deal.
It is a big deal.
In any motorsport, when you're inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Hey, Safe, I want to make an announcement real quick.
Sure.
It came to my attention. I just saw it on Facebook and had some messages about it.
Time out. Boo, boo, boo. Incoming.
Are you done yet?
Incoming from Wanders over.
Yeah, okay.
I'm done. Okay.
Well, it appears to me that it seems that Thone Motorsports, which is a team based out of central Wisconsin, just closed its doors.
Whoa.
Has folded operations and will cease to exist as of today. Therefore, Sammy Swindell
You took what I was going to say.
is out of a ride.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
If there's anybody out there looking for a sprint car driver, I think you know who to look for now, because Sammy needs a ride. That's breaking news as of about
breaking news
45 minutes ago.
Some other big news was that Brock Zierfoss and his not Brock.
I think there's rumors he's leaving too,
right.
but it was Spencer Baston.
Yes, Spencer Baston and his crew chief left.
He's out of a ride at Premier Motorsports.
Well, they left that. He didn't choose.
I understand that.
Right.
Got to play at the audio levels a little bit there, folks.
You're good. So that's some big news because Premier is, all they have is Brock right now, but we don't know how much longer Brock's going to be there. So that's big, and
that's
then
big news.
Thone Motorsports.
Thone Motorsports.
Man, I'm off tonight.
Safe must have had some Iowa water before he came on the air.
I didn't have any Iowa water. I'm just messing.
He's fumbling over himself.
Effing it up tonight.
Oh, it's all right. We love you. Everybody loves you, Big Safe.
We have some great questions for Danny. Again, we are all really, really excited to talk with him. Some other big news, again, I can't emphasize this enough. If you are going to the King's Royal,
which we are. That includes us.
We will be there, and we actually got asked by my friend Joe.
Oh boy.
To go there with the worldwide.
We don't have to dance
fans.
on any tables.
We don't have to dance.
Okay, all right.
You don't want to see that. You don't.
All right. As long as we don't have to do that, I'm okay.
We don't have to do that, but
okay, good.
Joe is the owner of Worldwide Sprint Car Fans.
Good guy.
30,000 followers.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. It's a pretty big deal.
Help us get to that. That'd be awesome.
Safe. Oh my gosh.
Help us get to that.
Safe. That was really weird, man.
But so he invited us to do some stuff with them. I don't want to say what yet because we're still.
Are you gonna tell me?
You know.
Oh yeah, I do. That's right.
Yeah, we know. We just don't want to announce it yet.
Why not?
It's shocking. Oh, I want to keep people on their toes.
We always keep people on their toes.
That's true. So we're really excited. I got our tickets purchased Friday.
King's Royal 4-night show this year.
It is. It's awesome.
4-night show. That's
so
gonna be really
I took
fun.
an extra day off of work so we can go early.
We're going Wednesday night.
I'm really
to makeup
excited.
night too. Wednesday night, the
It
Let's
is.
Race 2 deal. So that'll be interesting. There'll be non-wing cars there too, I think.
Oh, I'm so excited.
That'll be fun.
Non-wing cars
It's
are awesome.
palpable.
The
excitement is palpable.
We are so excited finally getting to go to Eldora. That's been
Woo! All right, that's enough.
Okay,
of that.
so that's enough of that. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
we're gonna go ahead and get Danny on the phone.
I'm gonna message him and tell him we're calling. That way we don't catch him at a bad time.
It's never a bad time when we call.
That's
always a good time.
That's true. Also, if you haven't got a chance yet to check out our last video, we had the 2018 Knoxville National winner, the big cat Brad Sweet on the show.
Yeah,
and that was completely awesome. So Brad, if you end up watching, thank you. And to any driver out there, local, I don't care what you really race, as long as it's got a motor and four wheels, preferably. That's about all we know is that it's got a motor and four wheels. Go ahead and inbox us. I don't care if it's on Alex personally, me personally. My phone number is on the page. If you feel better calling and talking in person,
you'll want to make that phone call.
Trust me, you'll want to make
that phone call.
Also, shout out real quick to Justin Koch. I know that you raced in the Dirt Cup. Did I mess that up?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Just
I did. Oh well, Justin, I'm sorry, I just butchered it. Jesus, I'm not coming back from that one, folks.
Just keep going. Oh, that was awesome.
The Dirt Cup 48 over the weekend. Man, I don't know if I can go on now.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Oh, Justin, please forgive me. That was a bad one. Anyway.
Hey, by the way, Robbie Price, driver out of Canada, he won the Dirt Cup. $15,000 payday, so congratulations to Robbie and his team on the win.
Well, Justin didn't have a bad weekend either, it sounded like. So congrats, Justin.
Congrats on that.
Again. Okay, so Danny said he is ready for the Dirt and Asphalt page to call him. Let's make it happen.
Just hit the phone button, bud. No need for the effect.
Hello.
Hey, Danny, it's Safe and Alex from the Dirt and Asphalt podcast. How you doing tonight?
Good, man.
Good. Hey, first off, we want to thank you for coming on. We really appreciate you taking a little bit of time out of your day for this.
No problem.
And thank you for the signing that book and that shirt for me. That really meant a lot. Thank you for making that a great birthday.
I hope you liked it.
I do, and I got a chance to read your book, and I must say it's really impressive to listen. And those were just your stats back in, 2001?
Yes.
So that's really impressive to see how far you came from them to where you ended up going. So first off, reading that and everything, we know that you've won the Nationals 4 times, 112 wins at Knoxville, 11-time track champ. We know for a while you drove for Tony Stewart Racing. So what was that like having Tony as a car owner and they're supporting you?
Oh, it was absolutely in my career. And don't get me wrong, Tony was, yes, he was the owner, but he was more of a friend. We started this thing together, and I talked him into doing it because I had driven for some fantastic car owners through my career, and I just wanted to take a stab at having my own team, and I talked him into just saying, hey, let's race, and let me put my own team together and see what we can do. And that's what we did. We started in 2001, and the rest is history.
Hey, Danny, how's it going tonight, man?
Great. How are you?
Oh, not too bad. Just chilling with Safe here. You just said that you wanted to make that opportunity with Tony Stewart happen when you wanted to start your own team, and we had Brad Sweet on the show the other night, and we asked Brad kind of the same question I'm going to ask you. With the way sprint car racing is today, and what do you think it takes to be successful in sprint car racing today? With everybody being so equal and so competitive.
Well, you said it. The difference is everybody today. You can buy everything. Back when we started, we still had the I wouldn't say the leeway, but we could do way more stuff in the shop to try to get an advantage. Now they've got the rules so tight. Everybody's so equal. You're like running IROC cars right there.
Yeah. Do you think that's the biggest difference today between when you started? Is just that everybody's so equal? Do you think that's?
Yeah. Well, you understand. Back when I started, there was no tire rules. It was like Hoosier against Goodyear against McCurry. So you know that was a variable that we had. It just made the crew chiefs and everybody work a little harder to see who had the best advantage.
Yeah.
Sure.
What's the biggest change you've seen happen in that your 30-year career? So what's the biggest change?
Well, I've seen it all. I've seen where there was no weight rule, and you could have a car literally down to 1,000 pounds or 1,100 pounds, and really, but more so than anything is the horsepower difference I've seen from my career. Today's horsepower, they were upwards were 960, 970 with a small block Chevy, and when I started, the 410 was barely putting out 750. So that's a huge jump.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you've obviously had a really accomplished race career, and now we know that you crew chief for Mason Daniels' team. So going from driving to crew chiefing, is that a big? What kind of challenges does that bring for you, going from driving to now being a crew chief?
It's just another chapter of my racing career. I knew, the time would come where I would slow down in my driving career, and I wanted to be a driver coach. And there's no driver coaches out there in our industry. And I wanted to start a business that was doing that. And Mason had zero experience in a sprint car, and I took on. It's a huge challenge because he had, I don't know if a lot of people know out there, he has no experience in a sprint car. Last year was his first time he ever set one. So it's a tough hold, but as long as he's willing to give me 100% effort, we're going to make him better and better every year.
What do you see the biggest improvement in Mason so far? I know he started racing last year in the sprint car. He seems like he's improved a lot in a very short amount of time. What do you think is attributed to that?
Well, we started him out in 360s, and as you will know, most of the 360 world are just they work 9 to 5 during the week, and they race on weekends. Well, when you make the transition to 410, and especially the World of Outlaws, these guys race for a living. So instead of just racing, this is what these guys do to put food on the table, so they don't race nice. And I think that's the biggest transition that he's overcome. He said, hey, these guys it's dog out there. You've got to stay smart. You got to race him hard. And he's just a very young guy that hasn't had very little experience. So
with Mason being so young, not in the car very long and everything, what's it going to take for you guys to win 360 or even 410 nationals?
Laps. And, with all the rainouts, he's got, I think we only got 32 races in with all the rainouts.
Oh, wow.
And we started in February, and that's just ridiculous.
Yeah, you guys obviously race a lot. You race for a living all these years. What can you tell the folks out there? What is the hardest part about racing for a living? What makes it so challenging, especially at the elite level of sprint car racing, like you've raced at for so long?
For me, it was being away from my family. Because once you make the commitment to race, you're on the road. You live it. And being away from my wife in Florida, it's just tough, and that's the toughest part of for me. It was because the racing, I loved it. That was the easy part.
So going back with the challenges on the road and everything, like you talked about how accomplished you become. So how did a man from Dover, Missouri, home of what, like 126 people?
126, that's correct.
How did you go from that to obviously having your team becoming one of the most winning driver at Knoxville? What was that? How did that all start, really?
I think it just come from a work ethic that my father installed in me from a very young age. He made it very clear, you're only going to get out of this sport what you put into it. And if you're willing to make the effort and make the sacrifice and put 100% effort towards it, anything is possible. Absolutely. And I'm too damn hard-headed to quit. And I just kept, for every no Carlin would give me, I just keep trying that much harder, and it paid off. And this sport is, it couldn't be any better to me, and I love this sport, and I'll continue to be a part of it as long as I live.
Sure. So, obviously, you've traveled all over, running lots and lots of track. What was your favorite track to go and run at?
Knoxville, Iowa, without a shadow of a doubt.
Awesome.
It's definitely been good to you.
Yeah. So, not a lot of fans, I don't think, realize how tough it is to hit the bottom at Knoxville. So, winning 4 nationals, and I mean, obviously, you ran the low side there like it was no one else's business. How difficult is it to set a car up to run the low side at Knoxville, especially during nationals?
It's a challenge because you have to not only have a good handling race car, you have to be disciplined enough in your driving to be patient. And it's tough to do. You could probably ask Donnie Schatz, you could ask Brad Sweet how hard it is to hit it lap after lap after lap. But it was proven last year, enough patience, and Brad Sweet won it on the bottom. So it can be done, but it's way tougher to run the bottom consistently than it is run the top at Knoxville.
So you ran sprint cars, and in 2017 you got the opportunity to run a dirt late model. What was that like, going from being a wing sprint car guy to getting behind the seat of a dirt late model?
I've always wanted to feel the difference, and I never got to be in a World of Outlaw late model because it was a great late model, and I completely enjoyed it. I did it at Talladega Short Track, and I really, really enjoyed it. I'd actually like to do it a few more times, but just never had the opportunity.
So Alex here, my co-host, his brother Michael is a diehard fan of yours, and he wanted me to ask you this question. What's it going to take for you to get back behind the seat of a car? Are we going to see Danny Lasoski get back behind the seat of a sprint car?
You never say never. And right now, I still have all my own stuff, but, obviously, you know what it takes to get something done. You have to have an engine program and money to run it, and that's 2 things we're lacking. But somewhere along the way, if it's meant to be, there may be a partner come along to say, hey, Danny, I want to race a couple more years, and I'd love to get back into it. But as we speak right now, I'm totally focused with Mason, and if an opportunity arises, I would sure entertain it.
Danny, something I want to ask you is, can you try and explain to the fans out there and to Safe and I here, take us back to August of 1998 when you got your first Knoxville Nationals win. We've all seen a video of how you got it done, how you beat Sammy on the last lap pass. And obviously, we had Brad Sweet last week, and he just pretty much said it was an indescribable feeling. What did it mean to you to finally, after so many years of trying, get that first Knoxville Nationals win?
Well, I can tell you this. As a young man from Dover, Missouri, and as you touched on it, 126 people, I was pretty much just an ordinary redneck farm boy. And I would be lying to you if I didn't tell you I would be driving down the road and daydreaming about what that feeling would be like. If that ever would come true, what would you say? How would you do it? And I can remember taking the checker flag, and I went blank. I couldn't remember anything to say, anything to do. I just know that the feeling when that happened, and today, as we were talking, is still overwhelming. There's never a week that goes by that you don't think of one of the 4 that I've won. It's not a race. It changes your life. And Brad Sweet will tell you, Donnie Schatz will tell you, all the guys will tell you that if you win that race, it changes your career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you obviously then you went on to win the 2001 World of Outlaw Championship, and I guess this would be kind of a toss-up for me personally, but what do you value higher? Do you value that first Nationals win, or do you hire that Outlaw Championship? How do you kind of order those things?
I mean, both of them. There's no feeling for the accomplishment that we did winning the 2001 championship. That's a feat that no one thought we could. It was a first-year team, and no one thought we could do it. But me personally, Knoxville Nationals means more to me than any race. Any race that we run, I consider it practice up until that day.
Yeah. What to you personally? What makes Knoxville Raceway so special?
It's all the above. It's from it's my second home. The fans are second to none. The racetrack, the fair board, Ralph Capitani, John McCoy, all these people that I grew up with, they don't treat you like you're just another person. They treat everybody like they're glad to see you, and they make you want to come back and race. And to me, that's priceless. There's nowhere in the country like it.
With that being said, Danny, obviously it seems like we've had the sport of sprint car racing in the last 5 or 6 years has seen a very positive growth, and has a lot more media exposure now with Speed Chip TV and Dirt Vision and all these corporate sponsors like 5 Hour Energy and NOS Energy Drink coming into the sport and giving it more exposure, and we continue to see a huge growth in the sport. What do you think from somebody who's been so successful and has lived, eat, and breathed this sport? What do you think it's going to take to continue that growth and to see things expand going forward?
Well, I think everything is heading in the right direction. We are putting on fantastic shows. I would like to see more 2-day events, 3-day events, because if you can get people thinking about, hey, I want to just like this coming weekend, they'll be running the Jackson Nationals, Jackson, Mississippi. People can plan like they do for the Knoxville Nationals, take a little vacation, 3-day vacation, and make it an event, not just a race, an event. And I think that we need to do that to be able to get the money higher that the sprint cars deserve. We need to be racing for, just like Tony announced, there were $175,000 for the King's Royal. We need to be racing for $100,000 on these weekends. That and that could happen. With the exposure we're getting, TV getting, and hopefully the partnership and the sponsorship comes, and we can see that in the near future.
Yeah, definitely. And so, one of the last questions here that I have, obviously in 2011. A big deal for you was getting inducted in the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame. How humbling is that after the career you've had to get put into the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame?
It's just you exactly said it. It's overwhelming, and I'm not a very emotional guy, but I was pretty choked up on getting the nomination in there because I was always a firm believer that any kind of Hall of Fame needed to be when you are done racing. And the National Hall of Fame isn't that way. When you turn 50, then you're eligible. And so when that came about, I wasn't prepared. First of all, what an honor! What an honor, and I'll cherish it for the rest of my life.
So, Danny, I want to just real quick before we let you go here. This is something. We've had a couple other, we've had Brad Sweet, Mark Dobmeyer, and some other guys on the show. Obviously, the last year or so has been kind of a tough year in sprint car racing with some tragedies that we've had and everything. And over the last off season, a lot of the manufacturers and sanctioning bodies got together and made a lot of changes to the race cars themselves to attempt to try and make them as safe as they can be, which I personally feel like they're very safe race cars. What's your thoughts on those safety changes, and what do you think going forward maybe we need to do with the cars or possibly even the racetracks that we go to? We've seen some hard wrecks the last week or so out in Ohio. So what do you think needs to happen there?
You hit the nail on the head. These race cars, I don't disagree with the safety, adding the other bars. And, it's just the same for everybody. But we need to take a hard look at some of the facilities we run. They need to have some TLC done to them. And I know that every promoter out there doesn't want to have anything happen to a track, but there are some facilities that need a little work. We'll just lay it at that.
Right. So what do you think needs to happen? You think?
I think it was talked about earlier this year, getting a committee together of a few people that say, hey, before we go run at this facility, someone needs to go there, week, 2 weeks, month, prior to and check out the facility. You know, that especially a group of guys, not just one guy, a group of guys that are in the know in the sport. You know, like a driver, an old crew chief, or somebody else that can go in there and give your opinion. Like if you got blunt edges, you got you know, a wall coming up that's got a blunt edge, it's heading the wrong, the fence is not sufficient. You know, a lot of these racetracks have got walls with no fence on top of it, and these cars can get out of there and get exposed to 2x4s and banners or billboards or anything like that. And so that's one of the concerns that I have, that someone needs to go prior to it and give, you know, check off the okay for us to go on.
Yeah, I know we agree with pretty much most of what you just said there. Yeah,
I mean,
thanks for sharing your thoughts.
You hit it on
that.
the head there. So, Danny, we're going to let you go because we know you're traveling to Jackson for the Jackson Nationals. And Alex and I just want to thank you a lot. The fans watching tonight want to thank you. What an honor to be able to talk to you. We'll see you at Knoxville again, I'm sure. But thank you so much.
Yeah,
it means a lot.
We appreciate your time, Danny. We want to wish you.
Does this mean you'll have me back on shortly?
Most likely.
Yeah,
most likely.
If you want to come back on, you just message me anytime. We'll get you back on.
Okay, well, it's a green light. Anytime you want me back on, I'd love to be here. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, sounds
right,
good.
thanks,
good luck
Danny.
to you guys the rest of the year.
Yeah, good luck. We'll see you later.
All right, see ya.
Bye. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you go right there. That wraps up the fantastic interview.
He's a pretty cool guy.
Man, I tell you what.
A lot of knowledge and a lot of history wrapped up in that guy.
A lot. I mean, what an honor. And, wow, I kind of have goosebumps, man. I got goosebumps.
Calm down.
No, I'm fine, man.
Calm
That's
down.
just awesome being able.
Safe's freaking out.
Well, no, it's just awesome.
If you see an ambulance flying through town here in about 5 minutes, it's probably because Safe had a heart attack. So don't panic.
Well, you know, for me, it's just, I know. This is really humbling for those of you that don't know. This whole podcast just started out as a wild idea.
I just want everybody to know, this is Safe's brainchild.
Oh.
This is his idea. He just asked me if I wanted to come along for the ride, and I said, yeah, sure, why not? What the heck, let's try it. And I'll tell you what, Safe, it's been a blast so far.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what the coolest part about this has been? Is we've gotten to meet a lot of really cool people.
Yeah, we have.
And seen a side of them that, you know, you don't normally see because, you know, they're racing and this and that and just the media and all that. It's just really cool to get to know these people and figure out who they are and their story and what they've done for racing. And it's so cool.
This is just really humbling for me because, again, this started out as this wild hair idea that I get sometimes. I get
Definitely
these ideas. It was. And, to be able to go up and I'm going to be honest, when I first met Danny, he was at the concession line at Knoxville, and I said, "Hey, what's going on?" And he acted like he knew me, and I'm like, and my fiance was with me, and I'm like, and we started walking away. I was really kind of nervous to ask him to be on this. I'm thinking, man, this guy's probably going to think that I'm like a delusional person, like podcast. What the? And he's like, "Yeah, just call my cell phone." I'm like, I don't have your cell phone number. And for the racers, huh?
You do now.
I know. And so for the racing,
you think he'd let you give him setup advice?
No, I hope he wouldn't. I wouldn't take it. So for me to be able to talk to these drivers and for them to be so keen on coming on this show is awesome. It's humbling. It's also humbling.
It's also, what's really humbling is how many people out there have shared our videos, liked our videos, shared our content, have given us positive feedback. That really does mean a lot to us, a lot more than what you guys think.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, this is a big deal for both of us to have this fan interaction. I mean, we're almost at 500. We're almost at 500 followers and likes.
Like Danny said, he was just a young redneck farm kid from Missouri. We're just a bunch of dumb redneck farm kids from Iowa. It's no different, and we have a blast doing it.
This is just an awesome experience, and Danny saying, "Oh, come back on anytime." That means a lot to me personally, because that means, in my mind, that we did our job, and we were able to come up with questions and things like that. This isn't easy, really, to come up with questions, because it's like, you don't want to ask a question where it's going to be just a yes or no. You don't want to ask questions where it's going to be is something that could something that is
No, you gotta ask serious
not
questions.
right. No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying you want to keep it
Absolutely.
serious because you want to keep the viewers hooked, and that's the thing is this.
He just gave our whole game plan away on the podcast.
I don't care.
He gave the whole business plan
I
away.
don't care. This is a lot of fun. I don't care if it's a business plan or not,
Oh,
but
it's fun.
you fans
It's
are
all
awesome.
It's all good fun.
The
folks.
racing community in Iowa is awesome, in California, in every state, and that's why I love looking and being able to see who's watching, because I know there are guys from East Coast, West Coast, right here in this town.
You know what that tells me?
It's just awesome.
You know what the cool thing that tells me, Save?
Sure, go ahead, Alex.
There's a lot of really cool race fans across the country that are passionate about motorsports. They want to see motorsports grow.
Yes.
They want to be involved, and it just tells me that, you know, the best days of racing and motorsports are still lie ahead. We're not done yet.
It's true. And so some other things, again, we're going to Eldora, so that's a big accomplishment in my book, is being able to go out there. I've always wanted to go to Eldora. I've also really want to go to Williams Grove.
I want to go to all of them, dude.
I want to go to Port
I
Royal
want
too,
to go
in
to every dirt
Lincoln.
track in the country.
You know what? We are going to try and make that a goal. Someday we'll hit every
You heard
dirt
it here
track.
first, folks. We're going to hit every dirt track in the country.
We're gonna do it.
Before we're dead and 6 feet under.
Yes. Let's do
Right
it.
on.
You heard it right
Right
here
on,
live.
boys. So if you see us at a dirt track near you, come say hi and take a picture with us. Ask us some questions.
So
we don't give a rip.
let's not forget there were some big races because we didn't have our show yesterday. Celebrate my birthday.
We're trying to compact this all into one episode.
Yes,
and
we
so
are.
far, I think we're doing a fairly good
Oh,
job.
we're doing good. So we got to watch. We were supposed to have our interview with David Gravel again. His birthday. Happy late birthday, David Gravel. We told you early. Now we're telling you late. So that meets right in the middle. So we went and watched the Clash at the Creek, 141 Speedway.
And by watch, we meant like we watched it on Speed Shift. We did
Yes,
not
we
drive
did
all the
not.
way to
We could
Wisconsin
have not
and
made it
watch
to
the race.
Wisconsin in
And,
2 hours.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say it kind of disappointed me a little bit.
I about fell asleep.
Yeah, it wasn't a very good race.
Not trying to be mean to the track or anything. It should have
No,
been
it's not
fun.
personal. It just sometimes you have those kind of racetracks where the track it was
You do.
so slick that I think
Gut slick.
it looked like it took rubber. Maybe it didn't. I don't know.
I
But
couldn't tell.
It was right around the bottom. But anyway, Ricky Thornton in the 20RT from Adel, he got the win. So that was
Congrats to Ricky.
good. Second year in a row for Ricky.
Now here's another stat about Ricky. He won at Boone last night.
From 26.
From 26, from worst to first. That kid can wheel a
He's
car,
a wheel
man.
dude.
He was running the high side. He was running the low side. He was running in the middle,
He's-
4 wide. He didn't care.
he's
He
the
was
best.
able to put that car anywhere, and he made it.
They're
He
the
made
best,
it fast.
They're the best dirt modified team in the country.
They
right now.
have to be at this point. That's just
I mean,
ridiculous.
just 26, and you know, honestly, 26 to last at Boone, that's an extra accomplishment just because of how tough the competition is at Boone. So I mean, you got to give Ricky all the credit in the world, dude. Just
Yeah, that was awesome.
hands down. I know a lot of people probably think he's cheating and he's this and that and the other, and you know, maybe he is, maybe he isn't.
We don't
know.
care about.
We don't.
We're not opinionated here, really.
Well-
We are, but
I'm opinionated.
We
Save,
try-
Save's a pretty good guy.
we try to stay.
I
we try to
sometimes
stay clean and green here on the show.
I probably say things sometimes I shouldn't.
Well,
and you know that
we're not.
We're best
yeah,
friends.
we
I
are.
mean,
We are. We are.
Hey, it happens.
Anyway, I thought that was just.
But
I just thought it was. It
I
was
didn't-
awesome for Ricky
I
to.
broke the mic.
Jeez, bud.
Breaking stuff now.
I just thought that was awesome for Ricky to go from last to first. I got to see that video. Man, that car, anywhere he threw it, it would just.
He's got the best car in the country right now. He's one of the best drivers. What can you say about the guy?
Yeah, I mean, there was some really good racing. And then this coming week, Southern
Iowa
Speedway.
Speedway races on Wednesday night.
Yep. And,
And I believe that is if you haven't heard already, and we've already talked about it, USRA cars are going to be welcome to run there. Don't know what that's going to look like.
higher payout.
The rules are posted on the Facebook page. The payout's up. That's on the Facebook page. So get out to the Southern Iowa Speedway. Also, tomorrow night, there's a big race at the Hancock County Speedway in Britt, Iowa that I will actually be attending with Carter Vanderberg.
Oh,
and
really?
that claim tomorrow. Yeah. Going to see what happens there. Going to try and go get some money.
That's awesome.
But, yeah, so we'll be there tomorrow night. I'll try as the night goes on to try and give you guys some updates from Britt. And, you know, there'll be a huge field of cars, be a stacked field of cars. So that's good. Now, obviously, I haven't heard anything yet, Safe, and maybe you have. I haven't. Knoxville obviously will be back.
Yes.
This Saturday night racing. No, they won't be. No, they won't.
Jackson
Fake
National.
news.
Fake
news. But they are taking the week off because we have the 42nd running 41st running of the AGCO Jackson Nationals. So that'll pay $41,000 to win for the World of Outlaw Sprint Cars this Thursday through Saturday night, as we just talked to Danny about. So if you want to, tune into Dirt Vision, check that out. It's going to be awesome. Going to be a lot of good. All the big Knoxville guys like Brian Brown and Kerry Matson will all be up there. So, yeah, we got a lot going on this week, man.
Yeah, and also tomorrow night we have our interview with Terry McCarl.
Oh, I almost forgot.
No, it's okay.
You guys might want to tune in for that one because that is going to be a good one. Terry McCarl is probably one of the most animated guys you'll ever meet at the racetrack. It's going to be interesting.
So this was funny when we met Terry. I said, "Hey Terry, I'm Safe Graphy," and James was sitting next to me. And he literally looks at me,
and he looked at you and he said, "I already know. Everybody knows who you are."
He looked at me and said, "I don't care who you are. I want to know who this beauty is." And I'm like, "That's my fiance." He's a funny guy. He's a character. And
did you square up?
Yeah. Oh, well.
No, I'm just kidding.
He was, and I don't care what your opinion is ever. About Terry McCarl. I don't care what anyone's opinion is about any other driver.
He's a talented race car driver.
That guy is the most winning driver at Houston Speedway.
And he's, I think, fourth on the all-time win list.
Fourth on the all-time win list.
One win away from tying Doug Wolfgang for third. So
yes,
very possibly could come this year.
And so that's awesome. So we're gonna have Terry on tomorrow night.
Yeah, and then the one I think we're all waiting for. This is going to be awesome, and I hope you guys really enjoy this one.
I got my shirt ordered. It'll be
here
tomorrow.
The driver of the Kreitz Motorsports 69K, Lance DeWeese, is going to be on the show Thursday night. So you're all going to want to tune into that one because that's going to be a blast.
It is going to be fun. My shirt will be here tomorrow. I had to order a Lance DeWeese shirt for the occasion.
Hey, where's mine?
You didn't get in. You missed it. That was your own fault.
That's all right. I'll get one at Nationals. But
yeah, you will.
Anyway, I think, what we ought to call the 69K? That's America's race team. You got
this is what it is.
They call the Dallas Cowboys America's team in football. I think the 69K car is America's sprint car.
You know what I think they are? I think they're the dream team.
They are the dream team. Davey Brown, Lance DeWeese, Donnie Kreitz Jr.
Davey was the coolest guy I've ever talked to. I wish, if I had a fifth of his brain, I think I could be a deadly crew chief. Yeah.
Folks.
Listen, that guy's been in the world of sprint cars for how long? A fifth. That's
a fifth of his brain.
A fifth of his knowledge of sprint car racing. I think I could.
You could do a lot of things with a fifth of Davey Brown's brain.
That guy's incredible.
Probably myself included too.
Seriously, that guy.
He's a
just
cool
talking
dude.
to him at Knoxville for the amount of time I got to talk with him and saying how Lance was getting tired at the end of the race. I said, "Well, is he getting tight?" He's like, "No, he's tired. He's tired." Sure enough, Lance gets out of the car and he's just like, I forgot about how difficult this was because last time I was here, I was 20-some years younger, and it's like Davey nailed it on the head.
Do you think? We gotta ask. Do you think they're gonna win the Kings Royal, the Knoxville Nationals? Do you think they could do it?
I think at Nationals, top 10.
Okay.
Eldora, top 5.
Okay. All right.
That's all I had to say. I don't know if he's going to win or not. I think that they are a team to watch, though. And obviously, it's a workout in those cars at Knoxville. At any track, really.
Knoxville, those wide open.
But that's the thing about Knoxville that not a lot people think that sprint car racing, it's so boring and they just
Who thinks that?
I've heard people.
What's wrong with those people?
But here's the thing: people don't realize how much of a
You're
workout.
mentally ill.
Okay, we're not going there again.
No, I'm just playing.
So I can't imagine just the physical strenuation. You see these guys get out of these cars, like Brad Sweet after he won. He just wanted to sit in the car. And he was just dumping water bottles on himself. One, from the emotion, yes, but two, also because of the workout.
He's wore out, man.
If you see most of the world of outlaw drivers, they are in pretty good physical shape. Not honestly, you can't.
You gotta be if you're in a wheel.
And you have to be. And that's the thing that people. Yes.
950 horsepower, man. That's a lot of power. With a 1,400-pound car, that's a lot to wheel and deal.
And trying to get it into the corner, hit the bottom. You're running the brake. You're running the gas. You're running the wheel. I mean, that's a lot. One of mental concentration, and then you have the physical strenuation. I mean, yes, the wheel.
Well, I think it's just it's the horsepower to weight ratio. It's the G-force, because, I mean, at Knoxville, you're carrying a ton of speed down the straightaway.
And into the corner. It's ridiculous.
I've never drove a sprint car,
Neither have I.
Well, yeah, I know. You have drove a hobby stock, though.
Okay, we're not going into that,
Okay.
though. We're not going there tonight.
But the G-force that throws you into the seat, it's got to be such a
it's gotta
such your
hurt.
upper body. Oh, yeah, I bet.
Yeah, I think probably the first couple races, you can feel it.
I'm sure you can.
But again, what an honor for us to have these drivers on. Mark Dobmeyer, great guy. He was an awesome interview. The big cat, Brad Sweet.
You know who we need to get on the show?
Who?
If anybody can help us hook us up with this guy, this would be awesome.
Who?
We need to get Ricky Thornton on the show.
We
Thornton.
do. Anyone that is a friend of Ricky
if you're
Thornton.
affiliated with Ricky Thornton, just go ahead and show him our podcast. Tell him we're interested in interviewing him.
Give him my phone number. Enough said.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. I don't care.
Just enough
But
said.
Just get us hooked up with Ricky. That's somebody we really want to interview. We've been trying to get a hold of him. We don't necessarily know how to.
And by the way, if you help us, we help you. That's all I have to say. We will.
Is that how that works?
Yeah, that's how it should work. So, also, some more exciting news that I'm going to drop. Alex kind of knows this. Right now, we're in the process of getting a logo made.
We are?
We are.
Yeah, I knew that.
We're getting a logo made. Get ready, because here soon, after our logo is made, we are going to have T-shirts.
I'm really excited for these
We are going to have Dirt and Asphalt podcast T-shirts.
really
They're going to be simple. We're not going to be too show-offy because we try to be a class act here on the Dirt and Asphalt podcast.
You try and be a class act.
You do too. Don't lie. You know deep down you're a class act.
Well, I've been called many
No,
things.
not
but
Ricky Bobby.
class-
Ricky Thornton Jr. RTJ.
He knows what you're talking about. He's
I'm
being
just
a
joking.
goofball.
But we are going to have Dirt and Asphalt
Merchandise. Mainly
T-shirts for
t-shirts.
sure. We might get hats made, but I want
I hope we get hats.
Yes,
I love hats.
I know. So here's what I want you to do. If you are interested in a T-shirt, inbox me your size so I can get a rough estimate of how many shirts we need to order.
Your credit card information and your social security information.
And a photocopy of your ID.
That's it. That's
all
you
we
need.
ask for. No,
I'm
we're
just
kidding.
We're just kidding.
But no, seriously, if you're interested in a Dirt and Asphalt T-shirt, I don't have the prices yet, so don't ask me. It's gonna be left chest.
$22.95 plus sales tax.
Our logo. It's gonna say Dirt and Asphalt on the top, podcast underneath. We're thinking black shirt with white. And that's what
Well, maybe a checkered flag type emblem. Just something cool, something simple.
Our logo. It's going to be our logo, and then it's going to say Dirt and Asphalt on the top, podcast underneath, black and white. We're not... It's just best for us, cost-wise, because we're just two dudes.
I think
and a
everybody
podcast.
knows we're just two dudes in a podcast.
We're just two dudes
We
in a
are
podcast.
the podcast.
We are the
podcast of all motorsports.
Also,
that's us.
We're going to do some giveaways then.
Really?
Yeah, we want to hit 500, and we definitely want to hit...
We want to get to 1,000.
Yeah, our goal is to get to 1,000, see how fast we can get to 1,000, and then we're going to go from there.
Anyway.
So, if you're
interested in getting any
interested in
Dirt and Asphalt podcast merchandise, just go ahead and get us.
But don't ask us for pricing yet, because
Why
I
not?
don't have the slightest clue.
Kalu? You don't have Kalu?
Clue. I don't have the slightest clue yet what we're going to do pricing there. It's going to be affordable. Also,
I see. Brayton Carter's just tuned in.
We know
he'll be at the Hancock County
will.
Speedway tomorrow night, going after the 2,500. So, good luck, Bray. We'll see you there. See what happens.
Bray, listen, we got a favor, and we're going to do this live on the Dirt and Asphalt podcast.
Gosh.
We need Ricky Thornton's contact information because we got to have him on the
Bray
podcast.
probably has Ricky Thornton's
No, I think he does. Why not? Why wouldn't Bray?
I don't know.
I could see Bray having that. Bray,
I don't know what Bray does.
if you do, you can go ahead and inbox us. That'd be great. or if you know someone that can give us this information.
You know he's probably laughing right now, right?
I hope he is. I hope a lot of people are laughing. This is worth a laugh. We're not set on black shirts, by the way. That's just what we're thinking. It's just going to be simple.
Mike wonders, if you don't like black, then you just ain't going to be able to buy one. Period.
Wow, that was a lot harsher than I think that was aimed towards.
We'll probably have options.
Yeah,
we'll figure something out.
We're going to figure it out. Again, this is just...
We're just spitballing with you guys. We just want to see what you
We
guys
are.
think.
We're testing the waters, as they call it.
Testing the waters.
Testing the water.
Hopefully the water's not too deep.
I hope not either. So, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, by the way, get out and support your local dirt track.
Yes.
Get out, and if you haven't already, go ahead and like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We look forward to you guys being at the racetrack. Just have a good time.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this wraps up your June 24th, 2019 Dirt and Asphalt Podcast. Special guest, the 4-time Knoxville National Champion, your 11-time Knoxville Track Champion from Dover, Missouri. It was the dude, Danny Lasoski. Thank you all for tuning in.
You'd be a good PA announcer. You know?
I don't know. Anyway,
you ought to take
thank
Bonnie
you.
Gibson's job.
Anyway, thank you all for watching. Have a wonderful evening. We're out.
Peace out.